So for the next week, week and a half, let me close this out. For the next week, week and a half, I'm kind of going to be focusing on the 7-week program that is coming up at the end of January. I want to let you know a little bit about it and why I'm so excited about it. So most of my life, I have spent unpacking those felt emotions like anxiety or depression or frustration. And as an empath, it meant that I felt everything in my body. I not only had to process through my emotions, I had to process through everybody else's emotions too, which meant that it took me a long time. It takes time to process through all that stuff. And if you're empathic like I am, it means that you also would get overstimulated and overwhelmed. And instead of ever really being able to get yourself rejuvenated again, you just kept getting more and more run down, and your body kept struggling more. And the emotions were a little bit harder to handle, and they started to cause, side effects in your body. So I spent most of my life trying to deal with these feelings of overwhelm and like my skin crawling or my stomach knotted up or my throat tight or my heart beating too fast or my head being too tight in the back of my head. So because I was so uncomfortable because of my level of empathy, it meant that I was constantly searching for ways to feel better. And I found a lot of great ones, actually. And over the years, over the 14 to 16 years I've been doing this, I can't quite remember because, it's not as important. But over the 14 to 16 years that I've been doing this, I really discovered how we shift and change and grow as people, how we stop feeling as if our romantic partners are taking advantage of us by holding us to standards of perfection that you can never reach. Maybe fights when you come home. Maybe you feel like your skin's crawling. Maybe you feel like your heart's beating too fast. Or maybe if you're tired of feeling on Sundays that you have to go into work on Monday, knowing that you're going to be asked to do more than your energy allows, more than your body feels like it can do. Or maybe you'll feel like you're being pulled like a puppet on strings, where you walk up to the front doors, and on the one hand you're glad to have a job, but on the other hand you feel a weight settling on your shoulders as if you don't quite know how you're going to make it through the week. Those are all feelings of your empathy being overwhelmed and you not being able to get ahead. Maybe, at the end of the long day, you promised yourself at my New Year's resolution this year is I'm going to start a coaching practice. I'm going to start healing the world. I'm going to go get that training or go get that extra class. And the end of the day comes and you're too tired. And people wanted things from you all day. They kept tugging on your sleeve by texting you or calling you or emailing you. Or you heard these voices in your body that would be uncomfortable, that would be sharp pains in your shoulder or tension in your neck or your head or your jaw. Maybe your jaw is starting to hurt or your heart's fluttering too fast. All of those things are signs that you're being overwhelmed, and maybe you have felt overwhelmed for a long time. So over the years, I've collected and understood how this stuff works, and I've been helping women do this, and I decided to expand this to a bigger way and see if we can reach more women than I've been able to reach one-on-one in my practice in the Chicagoland area. How to make this even more valuable for everybody, especially during this time of overt stress, especially stress for the canaries in the coal mine, which are anyone empathic. You're feeling the energies, you're feeling the shifts. So we've pulled it together, and I've paired up with my friend Jennie Oster, who's this amazing psychic She lives in a gingerbread house in the woods. She's awesome. She's my psychic. She's the woman that I turn to. She's Polish like me and pretty grounded, pretty solid. And her psychic abilities were passed down through her family. So we decided to pair up and create this program coming from the more spiritual, good, orderly direction, light piece, and the earth, the empath, the feelingness, the bodiness of women who are more empathic, the senses and the smells and the touches and the tastes and the stomachs and the heads and all of that. And between the two of us, we are helping women put these tools, which will heal them, into their life. And not only put these tools, install these technologies of healthy living into their life. And it's not things like eat more vegetables. It's things like when you don't have an answer for a problem and you're a little bit scared, this is what you can do and it will solve the problem and you will stop being scared. It teaches you how to take control of your body again, how to make your stomach calm down, how to make your heart calm down, how to make your shoulders drop, how to get your jaw to unclench, how to stop your mind from bouncing around in your head. We teach you what to do so that you can get your body on board, in alignment with who you want to be. It doesn't take long, because the whole point is we want to get these tools and skills kind of installed in you as healthy habits, as a part of your life, so that when you're done with us after the 7 weeks, you hatch, you fly, you graduate, you go off into your life. If you want to keep working with us, great. But we want to get these ideas and habits really installed. And we do it in a loving village sort of group setting, because that's an important part of getting the things that make your heart beat too fast, and getting the things that keep your digestion from actually working, so that you can be excited because you have regular movements. We get these things installed, and we do it in a group setting so that it's loving and caring and supportive. And there's something about hearing other people's stories and working through things together that magnifies anything that can even be done really one-on-one. Group coaching, working within a group, is so powerful, and it speeds up changes like you wouldn't believe. It speeds them up. It takes decades off of the healing process. That's what's been coming out of the last 5 to 10 years of the trauma science that comes from all the PTSD that people have been struggling. They found the shortcuts, and we help you in 7 weeks install these shortcuts. And you'll hear from women who've been working with me one-on-one that their whole life turns around, because now they're not afraid of things. Now they're not emotionally hijacked. Now people don't take their time. Now they stand up for themselves and say the hard things that need to be said when they need to be said in the way that they need to be said. They become the woman that they've been wanting to become. And that happens like in 7 weeks, because it's with the group. It's by installing these habits, getting them involved, getting them in your muscle memory, getting them into your thought process. It's about creating change in your inner world and your outer world, and supporting you through it so that you don't get freaked out. It's about giving you a perspective from a spiritual perspective, as well as a very practical physical perspective. And you get a lot of time with the two of us in order to unpack some of these things. Now, you might be worried that you're going to have to repeat your story, that you're going to have to go over your story again and again. This isn't therapy. This is installing tools that you use for the rest of your life. And you don't need to revisit your story. In fact, that's the point. When you spend too much time revisiting the idea that, my ex-husband took all of my money and now he's threatening my kids and he doesn't show up for visitation, or my kids are living at home and I can't get anything done on my dream. I thought I was going to be an empty nester, and now they're here. and they keep not respecting my time, and I'm spending all of my time still putting myself last and feeling like I don't matter. Those are the things that keep you from living your best life. And when you get these tools and skills installed in a loving, supportive way, you show up to life differently. And that's why we're there to support you. Because many women have been repressing their feelings most of their life. That's what told them that they were good women. You suppress your feelings, stop being so emotional. And there's so much hurt and anger and rage, especially for women who are empathic or who have a highly sensitive nervous system. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of internal dissonance, cognitive dissonance, physical dissonance in your body, and you can feel it. And this dissonance, it has to come up and out. And you'll either digest it through you, or it'll come out because now you're picking fights and you're okay with it because you want to stand up for yourself, or because now you have some objectivity with the person that's been bothering you, and now they just can't bother you. They can't push their buttons, even though they're doing the same thing they did before. You know, or maybe you just don't put up with the things that don't serve you, or the people that aren't serving you. And you discover that when you're not the people pleaser that enables them, then maybe they go away and your life gets better. You don't have to get rid of them. They'll just discover that you're not what they want anymore, and that's okay. So big changes can happen over these 7 weeks, from divorces to separations to new jobs to important talks with your kids to important talks with your boss to important talks with your friends. And you'll start to see that your life changes around because you're more innovative and creative and insightful and better able to problem solve. And you're able to end a day still with energy, not worn out, because you were smart, because you learned how to take care of yourself, how to calm your heart down, how to calm your stomach down, how to let your shoulders drop, how to get your face to relax, how to get your jaw to unclench. You know how to do that in the moment, and you know how to get it off your body for good. That's what these skills and habits and tools do. They help you get it off for good. So we're giving a really great special deal, $4.99 for the 7 weeks, because we want to work out some of the bugs. We want to make sure that this is running smoothly. We're taking it to a bigger level. So I'm only sharing it with the people who already follow me or are closer to me. Although you can share it out. I want you to share it with other people, with other women that can really benefit. We're going to cap it at 40 women total. And I think that's a really good size group for everyone to come in and out as they need to, and integrate and find the people that resonate with them, and mentoring and things like that. So that's a really good number. And the next time we do it, which will be in about 3 months, it'll go up to a few $1,000s because we'll have a lot of the stuff ironed out. So now's the time to really take advantage of this, because what it does is it puts you on the path you've been wanting to be on. It puts your feet directly onto the trail that is meant for you. And you can see it, and you can see down the trail and around the bend. And you're able to start getting excited about walking that path, even if you don't know what's going to happen. But you feel confident and calm, and you know what to do, and you know how to do it, so that you can enjoy life again. And you can get excited about it, and you don't have to feel like you're spinning your wheels. So if you're interested, if you're intrigued, if you're curious, the link is above. Check it out, give it a shot. There's absolutely a money-back guarantee, because this isn't about snookering anybody. This is about helping the women heal, helping all of us heal, and respecting all of us in a way that is sustainable, in a way that moves us forward. So the idea isn't to be with me forever. The idea is to graduate in 7 weeks, unless you want to go on after that, and work more on developing your skills. But these are the things you were supposed to learn in kindergarten, if not before. And they didn't teach you and they didn't know and it wasn't part of your life, then, but now it is. And if you get this foundation, if you get this jump start, you will feel like your life has finally started. Once you get them installed, your life will feel like it's started. I can almost guarantee it because that's how it changes the body. Okay? So check it out. Be curious, ask questions. I'd love it if you could join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. And now is the time to take advantage of it because it's in alignment with the beginning of the new year. And what we do at the beginning of the year sets the tone for the rest of the year. So this is a great time. If you're going to have any New Year's resolutions, this would be the one, right? The one that takes your life off of the path of uncertainty and puts your feet firmly onto the road that's meant for you, onto the path that you're creating that's designed perfectly for who you are because you're designing it. Okay? So have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.